In this episode, you'll learn how to configure a video player in SwiftUI. The first thing you need to do is subscribing to Swift and Tips because it's free and it's good for you. Jokes aside, the first thing you need to do is importing AVKit. Stands for audio video, and it's a library that will help us to provide a lot of features for media content. The second thing is video for testing. In my case, I will grab this video about TCA, the basics of the composable architecture that you can watch also in the description below, and I will just drop it inside my project. I will click this, don't forget to add it to the target, copy file to destination, finish, and you're good to go. And you can play it, right? It's a cool video with everything you need to know. And as you can see, it's a local video that we're introducing to the project. But if you want to learn more about how to download videos from web, we want to talk about that in a later episode. But for now, this is mostly for local content, audio and video. But in this case, we want to use a video. Now, the third thing is creating the video object. And for that, we're going to use this AVPlayer. That is an object that will store the content of your media. In this case, oops, what is this?
2 hours later.
Oh, that is important. So here my demo is crashing because the resource that the app is looking for is a TCA video. TCA, name, and extension MP4. However, my video is calling the basics of the composable architecture, and if that doesn't match, then your app will crash. So we can just say TCA, right? And you're good to go. If you're gonna use AVPlayer, you need to provide a URL. And in this case, we are just grabbing a URL from the current project, and you need to match the name here with the actual content you want to play. And that's it. And we're gonna use this state because we're gonna manage this player object to stop and play the video. You won't see that in just a bit. Now let's get rid of this, introduce a VStack, and we are gonna use a video player. If you go here, you're gonna see that it is from AVKit, and it's basically, it's a resource for SwiftUI, a video player, and it's something to visualize an AVPlayer object. This is an object that will render your video in SwiftUI, as you can see here, and you can align a frame and more features, but for now we'll keep it simple. Actually, it's playable already. You can move it. You can stop it. Everything is for free. You are good to go. Just adding this to your application, and all the controls are for free. Of course, those controls are provided from iOS. If you want a more sophisticated thing, or basically creating your YouTube app with all the custom items, well, that will require another episode to discuss more in detail. But for now, if you need just a simple video in your app, this is the way to go. And here, even playback speeds, or even showing text. This is new. Oh, can you copy the text? Oh, okay. Is this crazy? Okay, I don't know if it's not working here, but I'm gonna take a look. Can I copy this? Okay, no. It's not working, but I don't know. Looks like there's the option here. Okay, now we want to add some buttons to manage the video. If we want to play it or pause it, this is how we will do it. We're gonna create a button. In this case, let's add play button. And the autocomplete is doing the work for us. There you go. So if we have a button just with the name play, we can invoke this player.play. Actually, you don't need this. And you're good to go. If you press here, There you go, the video is working. Now, the thing is that it is just playing. So, okay, stop. Yeah. Now we want to pause it and back and forth with the same video as we expect in all the media players. For that, we're gonna introduce a better button. I'm gonna use this one, button, action, there we go. And now we need to manage a state of playing or not playing. And you might guess that we need to add an state in this view. We're gonna add this playing state. And now let's update the label here in the button. We are going to use a system image and we're gonna review if we are playing. If it is the case, then the next state is pausing. Otherwise, we're gonna display the play button because the video is stopped and we need to play it again. And speaking of playing, I'm gonna check here. If it's playing, then we're gonna executing pause, otherwise we're gonna execute play the same way here. And of course, it's playing needs to be toggle. There we go. Okay, now we got the button. Now it's time to test it. Look, we had a play button, we play it, and now it's showing the pause icon. And the video is reproducing. Now we press pause, and now we're pausing the video. Great. Now, what if we want to completely stop the video and start over? Well, there is one easy way to do it. Let me make some space here, and I'm going to add another button here right away. Oh, I think I need to put all those things in an H stack first. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Now, this new button is showing a stop image right here. And this one is, of course, is playing equal to false, pausing the video, and adding something here, player.seek to 0. Let's see what is that. This one is basically a method, as this says, moves the playback cursor. So it's like when you have a slider and you are grabbing this one back and forth. It's kind of the same, but in just one shot. Depending on what is the current time of the video that you want to use. So you can decide, you can go to this specific minute in the video. In this case, we are using it to put it to 0, meaning we are going back to the start. And this time it is a CM time. If we jump here, this is something from Core Media. Yeah. And this is, I think, the most basic example I can provide, because everything else here will require a lot of other tweaks for making other kind of controls, like, I don't know, maybe back and forth 10 seconds, or just skipping a video, moving ahead, etc. So this CM time is not something like the timestamp with doubles that you normally do. You need to transform this to CM time back and forth, and well, that requires additional preparation. That I will cover in another video. But at least for now, the things you need to do is just making sure that you understand that this seek method is moving to a specific point of time of your video. There are others that honestly haven't reviewed it, but we can review it if you want. It looks like there is another about 8 that I also didn't use, but if you have experience with that, please leave a comment below. But okay, the only thing you need to know, unless for the purpose of this stop button, is that you will return to 0. Now let's see that. Now let me move this a little bit. Okay. Okay, we press it and we're good to go. Now, we added this pause because if you don't do it, let's see what happens. Now let me move here. Look how the video just jumped to the beginning, but it's keep playing. That's the thing. That's why if you want that completely, okay, sorry, so stop. Thank you. If you need that full stop, this is the thing you need to do. Go to the beginning and also pausing the video manually. There's no, or unless for in my investigation, I try to use player.stop or something like that, but there is not a method like that. So this is the way you have to do to implement your own stop button. And that's it for now. It is just quick and simple and very basic video, but unless just to give you the idea that there is a video player that you can use in SwiftUI, something that I just learned a few days ago, and I hope you can also learn something from this video. And if that's the case, let me know in the comments below and let me know what is the next thing you would like to see in the channel. Remember, my name is Pete, and this is Ifan Tips. Thanks for watching and have a great day. And if you are attending .DC 25, see you there. Have a nice one.